Ganga and Saga have gone to get Krishna.
Yes.
Niranjan is in critical condition. We cannot wait any longer. They should come immediately.
Why won't you do the test? Tell me, Kashish, why won't you do it?
Because I'm not pregnant, Ganga. I cannot allow a liar like you to live in my house. Get out of here right now.
The Chaturvedis will never be able to guess who is behind all of this. And hats off to you, Yash.
Yash? Get in the car, then our driver is going to take you straight to your daughter.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
I'm not here to take someone's place. I am Ganga, and I have my own identity. Radhika needs you now. Please sit with her and go assure her that no matter what happens, you will never leave her side.
Handling the accounts of this is my responsibility. I will find out why this money is unaccounted for.
You have one night to make sure that you carry out your duties properly, Shiv, because from tomorrow, you will no longer have a role to play here.
No one is allowed to touch Parvati's things no matter what. No one at all. Least of all you.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Thanks so much for joining us for CVM News Afternoon for Tuesday, July 1, 2025. I'm Caroline Brown. We begin with news that the Energy Minister Darrell Vaz, in a press briefing this morning, welcomed July with plans of a major shift in power, giving notice of the government's intention that upon expiration of the current all-island electricity license currently held by the Jamaica Public Service, the JPS, it will not be renewed under existing terms.
I wish to advise the country that this morning, in my capacity as Energy Minister, I wrote the Jamaica Public Service Company and gave formal notice of the government's intention upon expiration of the current all-island license not to renew under existing terms. My letter to the JPS was written pursuant to condition 27 of the license, which provides the government of Jamaica to acquire the licensed business at the expiration of the terms of the license. That expiration date is July 8th, 2027. Let me make it clear, it is not the intention of the government of Jamaica to take charge of the operations of the JPS. Prior to the expiry of the current license in 2027, we intend to renegotiate new licensing terms and conditions with potential investors which are favorable for the people of Jamaica.
Of course, our newsroom will have more later in CVM News at 7. In Westmoreland, motorists and residents say there is an urgent need for sections of the Hudson Street roadway in Savannah, Lamar to be addressed. They say the road has been in disrepair for several years with little to no response from the municipal corporation or from any government representative. They also claim the National Water Commission, the NWC, has been carrying out its assignments in the community, which involves digging, further adding to the already crumbling road surface. They are pleading for help as the situation is not only affecting travel, but it's also costing everyone.
Big river town, as you can see. We want good for them to do anything. We don't have nothing going on, so. All I chop mash up right now. Right now, I'm making it me go here now. As you can see, when I drive my bad road. When you say we want good road, I told you, sir. And the whole I told you, the whole I know, so I told you, the whole I bad. Water commissioner then walk and dig up everywhere. And no fixing back. Instead I fix back, they dig up more. I look where man them will fix the road farm, where we have to give them a thing. And then be the patchy. Otherwise, nothing else not going. We complain, but we don't go do it in advance still. But when I do it much better, we are waiting to see.
Medical technologists in Western Jamaica have been up in arms over long-standing issues which they say are putting their health and livelihood at risk. They point to late payments and a lack of basic protective gear, saying enough is enough. Akeem Oret recaps day one of their protest action.
A bubbling frustration that has been simmering since 2017, now boiling over. Medical technologists in the Western region walked off the job in protest, citing persistent delays in salary payments and the dangerous absence of proper safety gear. General Secretary of the Union of Technical, Administrative and Supervisory Personnel Utah, St. Patrice Ennis, says this long-standing issue has caused action from various medtechs. All have joined forces for what he calls the non-provision.
The non-payment of outstanding monies for uniforms, the non-provision of safety gears, that is. Example, the lab coats for the medical technologists as well as the technical assistants, and also the non-provision of ports.
Union leaders say correspondence has fallen on deaf ears for years, but when the related authorities heard the medtechs were protesting, they sent a letter.
Friday night, what took them so long? They heard of our course of action and they decided to send us a letter Friday night. That again illustrates the scant disregard that the Human Resource Department for the Western region has for the workers.
Technologists are essential to the diagnosis and the treatment of thousands of patients. Those on the ground, like Chief Medical Technologist Winston Wilkes, are calling it unacceptable, adding it must be stopped.
As part of our HOA agreement, staff that work in lab are supposed to wear coats. We have staff who have been working here for over 2 years. And up to today have not received lab coats.
The medtechs from the West are urging the related authorities to act now. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
As opposition leader Mark Golding continues to discuss the People's National Party's plan to deregulate the ganja industry, he told comrades at the St. Andrew Eastern campaign rally the intention is to facilitate its medical and therapeutic use.
Opposition leader Mark Golding is reassuring Jamaicans that a People's National Party administration will ensure equality for all Jamaicans. The party leader magnified the fundamental role of government in creating equal opportunities, which he says will ensure diverse sectors thrive.
I will develop the ganja industry as a lawful industry for medical and therapeutic ganja. But the labor right, them take it and them wreck it. We have to fix it now, because small farmers must have a place in that industry. They're the ones who build the brand. Rastafari build the brand too. And they must have a special place. Maroons too. Indigenous groups must be respected as part of the constitutional reform of the country.
He's proposing constitutional reform that supports an inclusive economy, one that further decriminalizes the ganja industry to benefit ganja farmers, Rastafarians and indigenous communities.
Our leaders, we can pull together in one direction, we can respect our constitution, we can reform it in ways that make sense to the people, we can build an economy that is inclusive, where everybody has a place, where people can make money, where the state is there to look after people who need help, and to ensure that small business can thrive and big business can invest and expand the economy. We are a class alliance. We are for each and every one.
Daniela McLaughlin, CVM News.
Stay with us. CVM News Afternoon will continue in a moment.
If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Powering great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Powering great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and Charles.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back. As the political heat continues to rise over the country's rural school bus initiative, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz and Opposition Senator Damien Crawford continue to outline the scope and sustainability of the program their way. Here's more from Nika Lewis.
At the heart of the dispute is the government's $1.4 billion investment in 110 new school buses, 25 of which arrived recently. Opposition Senator Damien Crawford blasted the plan as untargeted and inadequate, arguing it will only serve a fraction of the students in need. The university lecturer insists it's just not adding up. In fact, based on his calculations, he deems servicing 328,000 students daily an impossible task during peak hours alone.
If it is to service 328,000, you will have to make 328,000 divided by 4,800. It would have to make 68 trips each day. So, based on Dr. Sapavar's calculation, his bus system in the period of 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. would make 68 trips. Each bus would make 68 trips. And the total, all buses would make 68 times 100, 6,800 trips per day. That is impossible, Dr. Sapavar. And it is a shame that both the Minister of Education and the Minister of Finance were in line nodding with this ridiculous calculation.
But on several platforms in recent weeks, the minister slammed the opposition for what he deemed their negativity towards the initiative, insisting this will provide a solution for students in rural parishes struggling to get to and from school.
258 schools, 328,000 students in the first phase. Within 2 years, we will be able to cover the 850 schools. 650,000 students will be able to go to school every morning.
Meanwhile, in a hotly worded quick calculation video by the PNP making sense of the proposition, Crawford contends the government's plan simply won't work, at least not how it's so far been marketed to the masses.
100 buses can transport on a daily basis 328,000 students. Now please remember, all students go to school every single day, and so they will need that transportation. Now it is impossible that the bus can make 68 trips per day. Now, to the contrary, if Bakasapava says that each student would not get the bus each day, then of the 190 days that the students are supposed to go to school, they will be able to access this bus only 3 days of the 190 days if it is going to service 328,000 students. So, Bakasapavas, there's nothing correct about what you have calculated.
The buses, powered by compressed natural gas, are part of a broader plan to deploy 300 units over 3 years. Students on PATH will ride for free, while others will pay a flat $50 fare.
Thanks, Nika. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
Attention registered voters! Remember to collect your renewed voter ID card before the upcoming general election. If you registered to vote in 2016 or after and did not get your new ID card, it may have been automatically renewed. Simply visit your EOJ constituency office to collect your voter ID card. Contact the Electoral Office of Jamaica at 888-991-VOTE or 922-0425-9 for more information.
The time by Subaru is 12:15.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Thanks so much for staying with us. Now, the heartbreak for a Jamaican family following the tragic death of 6 relatives, 3 adults and 3 children in a ferry crash in Florida continues. Opposition leader Mark Golding is among officials to have visited the family here.
The tight-knit community of Caymanas Gardens, Portmore, continues to grapple with grief after 6 of their own perished in a car crash in Florida recently. However, a moment of solemn solidarity rose Sunday as opposition leader Mark Golding paid a visit. Golding also visited 2 other families in the community who are also faced with grief. He says,
one of the families is grieving a lady, daughter, granddaughter, who passed away of natural causes. And then 2 of the other families have a common connection because young ones and youngsters from both families died in a terrible accident in Florida, motor vehicle accident.
The opposition leader described the incident as tragic. He further notes that he had connection with one of the victims in the Florida crash.
I heard about it and I realized that I had a connection because the cousin of the deceased in one of the families is on my team in my constituency. And he gave me the details of the addresses, and I had the time to come this afternoon and pay my respects to the families.
The victims were killed when the SUV they were traveling in collided with a semi-truck before bursting into flames. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
The news overseas now. Thailand's top court has suspended the Prime Minister from office, plunging the country into political uncertainty once again. The Constitutional Court's decision comes after 36 senators petitioned for her removal, alleging a violation of the Constitution stemming from a leaked phone call with Cambodia's Senate President. Here's more from Al Jazeera.
Thai journalists scramble for a copy of Tuesday's ruling from the Constitutional Court. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra temporarily suspended while the court investigates allegations of unethical behaviour. Senators have accused her of misrepresenting Thailand in a leaked phone call with Cambodia's Senate President Hun Sen. At Government House, the Prime Minister came out, along with her cabinet, to say she accepts the court's ruling.
I respectfully accept the court's decision, and from this moment I will cease performing my duties. I do not know for how long, but there will be a 15-day period to provide clarification.
Pressure has been building on the PM. Last weekend, thousands were out on the streets calling for her to step down. They accuse her of mishandling a recent